Well, welcome everybody. I am back. Vacation was great, but it's great to be back. Um, as you see, well, you can see part of the room. I can't unplug the iPad because it's charging, but this is my first virtual my last, what am I saying? My last virtual yoga, except for when there's 5 Wednesdays, and I'll explain that all in an email, but I wanted to run through some of the things we're going to be going through. We're going to start next week, we're going to start in-house yoga. A lot of guidelines. Everybody by now pretty much knows the guidelines to enter in any building. But for us, we're going to be broke up in 3 groups. Group A, B, and C. And you're all going to get this in an email or a phone call. So Group A will meet the first and third Wednesday of each month from 10:30 to 11:30. Group B will meet the first and third Wednesday of each month from 1 to 2 o'clock. Group C will meet the second and fourth Wednesday of each month from 10:30 to 11:30. So like I said, only 4 can fit in here comfortably. We could have fit 5 plus me, but it was a little too tight. So better safe than sorry. It'll work. We all know the guidelines by now. We're gonna wash our hands. But I'll be sending, like I said, I'll be sending an email, and I'll be also calling people that don't have email or have trouble with the email. There are a couple that have to be on the waiting list, and like I said, that's all going to be explained in the email or when I call you. But it's great to be back. It'll be great to have you back. And even though it's not the full class, this is better than nothing. 4 at a time will be great, and then 4 more, and then 4 more. So it's going to work because, like in Positive Outlook, I trust this group. I trust that you're going to do the right thing. And, for your safety, our safety, and everybody's safety, and we'll make it work. I am just so happy I don't have to talk to myself every week. It might be a little longer today, but I'll try to keep looking up and see, because I talked before. So I'm going to move my chair. And let's fix this mic. That's better. And we're going to come to easy seated. Your palms can be down or up. And I always say I like to place my index pads and my thumb pads together and spread my fingers. You can sit in the chair, on the bed, on the floor, doesn't matter. As long as you're comfortable, wherever you are, try to have your back nice and straight. And then bring your palms together to your heart center and inhale your head up and exhale your head down. And just think about the day, the week, the weekend ahead. Try to stay cool and hydrated. And inhale your head up. So I explained to you before what a vinyasa is. A vinyasa is a series of poses that there's a resting pose, whether it's downward dog is a resting pose, or five-pointed star, but it's a series of poses, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do a lot with our hands, planting our hands and our feet. So we're going to start stretching our hands again, not so much like the last time I was here with the hand stretching, but hopefully you're doing that at home. I get cramps in my hands and I do that. So place your right palm up, tuck your elbow in, and then just bend your fingers down gently. Don't force them. And then gently pull them back up. It's so good to be back, even in an empty room. And fingers down. And pull them back in toward your body. Keep that elbow nice and tucked. And then place them down and hold them. And then bring them in and hold them. And then relax both palms down. And then tuck the left elbow in the left side, left palm up, and bring your fingers in towards your body, and then bring them down. And then bring them in, and then gently bring them down, and bring them in, and then bring them down and hold them, and then bring them in and hold them. And then bring both palms to your lap. Now these seem like very simple movements, and they are, but they help a lot in everyday things that you do, whether it's writing or braille or whatever on the computer. And we're just going to stretch out each finger. So we'll start with our thumb and just pull it down gently. And then our index finger, and then our ring finger, and then our middle finger. Did we do our middle finger? And index finger, and pinky. And to the left palm up. Pull that right thumb down gently. Left, see, I already started. I need you people back here to tell me. I need it. And then index, and then middle, and then ring, and then pinky, and then palms down. And we will not be, the iPad will not be in here when students are in here. I just want to clarify that right now, because it's on YouTube so anybody can see it, and they have to see me, which is bad enough. Then just bring your palms together and then interlace your fingers, and then bring them up, and then interlace your fingers, and then bring them up, and then one more time interlace, and then bring them up, and palms down. Now we're going to work on our feet. So I always start with my left foot. I don't know why. And we're going to pretty much do the same thing. We're going to bring our toes in. If this hurts in any way, because I have a lot of like bunions and all that, hurts a little bit when I do that. But you should feel a stretch on the top of your foot, and we're going to be working on the top of our feet and the bottom of our feet. And then push them out. And then bring them in, and then out, and then bring them in and hold it, and then bring them out and hold it. and then come to neutral, and then grab onto the big toe and just gently pull it down forward, and then bring it in. And the what do you call that? Index toe? Whatever it's called. And then bring it in. And the middle toe. And bring it in. One next to the pinky. I don't know the names for toes. And then bring it in. I do know the pinky. Bring it down and in. Come back. And then switch feet. So now you got the right foot in front. And we're going to pull all our toes in. And then we're going to gently pull them out. And then we're going to pull them in. And pull them out. And then one more time in and hold it. And then one more time out and hold it. And then come back to neutral. And start with the big toe, bring it in. And then pull it forward. And the next toe, whatever it's called. If somebody's got a name for these, please let me know. Bring it down. And then forward. And the middle toe, bring it down. And forward. The one next to the pinky, bring it down. I know, aren't you going to miss this crazy face? And then bring it forward. And then the pinky, bring it down. And then pull it back. And then, if you can, wiggle your toes. And then just hold up your left foot, your left leg, and just circle your foot. And you might hear some cracking, because I do. And then reverse. And then gently put that leg down and lift up the right and circle that right foot. Whoa, this one's really cracking. I know, don't you love when I announce my medical conditions cracking in? And then reverse. And then gently put that down. So we're going to come to all fours. Now we worked on our hands. So we're going to plant our hands. We're going to spread them. And we're going to come to our toes. So you're on our toes. And always remember, your shoulders are in line with your wrists. So feel. And your hips are in line with your knees. So you know you're in a good table. Your back is nice and straight. Your toes are curled. And we're going to do cat and cow. So arch your back up. And then drop your belly and lift your head. And then arch your back up. And then drop your belly and lift your head. And then one more time, arch your back and hold it. And a nice out breath. And drop your belly and lift your head to cow. And come back to neutral spine. So we're going to sit our hips back to our heels. We're going to start our vinyasa, mini vinyasa. I guess there's mini and maxi, I don't know. So sit your hips back to your heels, lift your body up, and we all know, come to downward dog. So in downward dog, your hips are high, your heels are high, your head's between your arms. And then place your heels to the mat. And then coming up on your toes, come into plank. Now in plank, your body's nice, your back is nice and straight. And then back to downward dog. And then come to plank. And downward dog. And plank and hold it. Breathe in. And downward dog and breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. And step the right foot forward, staying on those toes, those left toes if you can. And come up so your hands are on your knees. Your right knee, not knees, knee. We're going to sink into that knee and come into a low lunge. If this is too much on your toes, flatten your foot. Bring your palms together. Turn to the right so it's left elbow on right knee. And then come to center. And then place your palms down and come back to downward dog. So downward dog is our resting pose. If you want to come to your knees, come to your knees. It does not matter. This is your yoga. And then place the left foot forward. Staying on your toes or flattening your right foot. Whatever you want to do. And then come up if you can. Place your palms on your left knee. And bring your palms together. Turn to the left now, and it's right elbow on left knee. Sideward prayer. And then bring your palms to the mat and come back to downward dog. And then bring your right foot forward. Now flatten that left foot. And walk your hands up to your knees. Hips are squared to the front. And then inhale your arms up near your ears to warrior one. And then turn to the front and drop your arms to a T out to the side. Turn your head to the right. See, I almost said left. Into warrior two. Now straighten that right leg. Hinge towards the right. And place that hand, that right hand. Now the right hand can be either on your knee, your shin, the floor, and left arm straight up to the ceiling. Hips are to the front now. This is triangle. And then place both palms to the mat. You know it, downward dog. And inhale that left foot forward. Plant that right foot down. And then come up. Square your hips first. Inhale your arms up near your ears to warrior one. Sink into that, excuse me, sink into that left knee. Oh God, I don't want to face that way, so I gotta turn around. Anybody that can see would know. Yes, my back would be to the camera. I do not want that. So we're in warrior one, Doreen. Pay attention. Oh, can't wait to not have to talk to chairs anymore. And then turn your hips to the front. Arms out to a T, out to the side. Bend that left knee as much as you can. Turn your head to the left to warrior two. Back nice and straight. And then straighten that left knee. Hinge to the left. Left arm down, right arm up. Straight up to the ceiling. To triangle. And then bend that right knee. Yes. Left foot meets the right. Down dog. And then place both knees to the mat. Sit your hips back to your heels and come into your child. So child can be arms extended overhead or by your side. Or just sit up, take a drink. And then come back up. And then right foot forward and left. And we're going to come into a forward bend. So your forward bend can be your hands on your knees can be bent. Or slide your hands down. Chest to thigh, forehead to knee. Come on, you got it. It's almost 5 months I've been doing this by myself. And then slowly walk it back up. And exhale. Now clasp your hands in back of you. Spread your feet apart so they're hip width distance apart. And come into a back bend, but we're going to do it in stages. So push your hips forward and your thighs forward just a little bit and lean back. And then come up. And then hips forward, thighs forward, lean back a little more. And come up. And come into your back bend, whatever that is. And then slowly come up. Palms forward. Let's take a nice inhale. And exhale. And then inhale. And exhale. So we're going to spread our legs so they're more than hip width distance apart. So feel your hips, feel your legs. You know they're spread out. Your toes are pointing out for now. And we're going to walk our hands down our thighs just till we feel the stretch. You can bend your knees as you need to. And then walk them down a little more. And then if you can, place your palms to the mat. See if you can extend your legs out a little bit more. And we all know we can all get our top of our head to the floor. Yeah, we can. Yes, we can. And then inhale up and walk both hands over to the right foot. And forehead to right knee. And then walk our hands to the middle. And then over to the left foot. Forehead to left knee. And then come up. And then heel toe your feet together. Place your palms on your shins and slowly walk it up and palms forward. And breathe in and breathe out. And the other vinyasa is called a swan dive vinyasa. So we're going to face, well, we don't have a mat, so I would say face the short edge of the mat, but you can stay facing forward. I don't. So inhale your arms up near your ears. Exhale, come forward with your chest so it's parallel to the floor. Your arms are out to the side. Your palms are up. This is half swan dive. And then come down to a full swan dive, which is a forward bend. And then place your palms to the mat. Step the right foot back and the left, so on your toes, and you're in plank. And you're going to lower down just so your body's hovering over the mat. I know, it's hard. And oh God, that was a big crack. And then flip the right toes and the left, so now you're on the top of both toes. And inhale your head up. This is upward dog. And then flip your toes back, come back to plank. Come to downward dog. And then step the right foot forward and the left. And walk your hands up slowly. Inhale and exhale, palms forward. Since that was so much fun, we're going to do it 2 more times. 2 more times. Hey, if this is the last time I got to talk to myself, it's going to be a good one now. And then inhale your arms up, half swan dive down. So your torso is parallel to the mat, palms are up. Your knees can be bent or extended. And then fold into a swan, which is really a forward bend. And then place your palms to the mat and right foot back and left and come into plank. And then hover down. And then come back up and flatten that left foot so you're on the top of your left foot and top of your right to upward dog. And toe flip back to plank to downward dog. And then come forward, right foot, left foot, slowly walk it up, palms forward, take a drink, make sure you hydrate. And one more time, as promised. Inhale your arms up, half swan dive down, and then come to a full swan dive, forward bend. Place your palms to the mat, right foot back, left foot back, come into plank. Hover your body down over the mat, come back up, and flip your toes so you're on the top of your right foot and left. Then put your head back a little bit to upward dog. Toe flip and downward dog. Oh no, we forgot plank. And now downward dog. And then gently bring your knees to the mat or floor and sit your hips back to your heels so you're sitting on your heels. If this is uncomfortable for anybody, come to one side or the other. Palms on your thighs. If you're sighted, close your eyes. Slow your breathing down. And the other vinyasa is going to be on our bellies. Just a warning. And the last one will be on our backs. And some things in between. So place your palms and come into table. It said it stopped recording, so there might be part 2. It's going to give you a hard time the last time. So we're on our bellies. Well, you were on your bellies. I was not. And we're going to come into cobra, so we're going to place our hands halfway between our chest and our waist. And we're going to come up into cobra, extending your arms, your palms are on the mat. And for king cobra, we're going to bend our knees up, bend our knees, our toes are pointing up, and back bend a little bit. And then place your legs down and slowly lower down. And then again, come to cobra. And then king cobra. And then lower down your legs and lower down your torso. And one more time, come up. Bend your knees to King Cobra. I know I tell you all the time, some people can actually touch their head to their feet. Yep, not this girl. And then lower your legs down. Slowly lower your body and rest on one side of your face. You can rest on your palms. So someone told me, and I'm not naming names, that they love pigeon. So I'm going to dedicate this to the person that loves pigeon. You know who you are. So, you're in table. Curl the right toes under, bring the right sole to the mat. And then work that right foot over to the left side of the mat. So you're on the outer side of your right foot. And extend that left leg back. Place your palms near your knee, one palm near your knee, and one palm near your foot. Your seat is off the mat. Nice straight back. This is our lovely pigeon. I know you all like it. You should feel an awesome, tremendous stretch in the back of your right thigh. And we do, like King Cobra, we have King Pigeon. So bend that left foot up, left leg. Hold on to your left foot with your right hand. Now the stretch is in the front of your left thigh. Bring it in. Feel it? Pain is gain. No pain, no gain. And lower it down. Take a breath. Bring your palms in front of you and slowly walk them down. And then place your forehead to the mat. And then walk it up. And then right knee meets the left, and we're back in table. Now, curl the left toes under and bring that left foot forward. So, your shin is actually parallel to the mat, but if you're not on a mat, so your shin is forward and your left foot is out to the right. And extend that left foot back, left leg back, right leg back. Come on, Doreen. And left hand near left knee and right near the foot. Into your lovely pigeon. And then bend that right knee up. Hold on to the right foot with the left hand and then bring it in. Oh, feel a stretch. Don't force it. And then lower that foot and hand down. Bring your palms in front of you. And then slowly walk them down. A little microphone. And then walk them up. And then come back to table. straighten the mat now. It looks like a nut. It's crooked. Well. So we're in table. Our hands are over, our arms are straight. And we're going to thread the needle. So left palm up and slide it under the right arm. Right palm is on the mat for now. And inhale the right arm up and just circle your hand, not your arm. Just circle your hand, your right hand. And then reverse the circle. You can curl your toes if you like to, or if that's uncomfortable, don't curl them. And then place the right palm down, withdraw the left, go back to table. And now it's right palm up, slide it under the left arm, and inhale the left arm up and circle that hand. And then reverse. And then place that left palm down, withdraw the right, and come back to table. And let's do a couple of cat and cows so we can release that tension. So curl your toes, or you can keep them flat, it doesn't matter. And then inhale to cat, and exhale to cow. And do a couple at your own pace. If you want to hang out and cow, go ahead. Nobody can see you. I certainly can't. And then cow. And let's all come back to neutral spine. And we're going to extend our left leg back and our right, and slowly lower down. So we're on our bellies. Our arms are by our side. Our foreheads to the mat or the floor. And you know I love this pose. So we're going to bend the right foot, hold on to, the right leg, and hold on to the right foot with the right hand, and bend the right leg, left leg, Doreen, right, left, whatever. So you're holding on to each foot with each hand. Forehead to mat, and just lift your legs up, and then lower them. And then lift your legs, and then lower, and then one more time, lift them and lower, and very gently bring your feet into your body. You should feel a good stretch in the front of both thighs, and then bring it out. You all know what's coming next. You've been doing this long enough. We're going to push our hands into our feet into our hands. We're going to lift our torso and our head, our chest, into bow. And then lower, just checking that the thing doesn't shut off. And then lift, and lower, and lift and hold, and lower. And then place your legs down, arms by your side, palms up, and rest on one side of your face. And as I always say, when you do bow or any heart openers, you get a little out of breath. That's okay. It's supposed to be. Because you're opening up your heart. Not really opening up your lungs. But they say heart. They don't say lung opener. What does it matter? She stopped talking. And with all this, we've all become superheroes. It's called Superman, but we can't be biased, ladies. So we're going to come to superheroes because you are all my heroes. So we're going to extend our arms out. And we're just going to lift our legs. Everything else is on the mat or the floor. And lower. And lift our arms. And lower. Yes. Arms, legs, torso, head. Superhero. You're flying. You're invincible. You can do it. And come down. And inhale. Exhale. And lower. One more time. Inhale up and hold it. Don't hold the inhale. And lower. And rest your forehead to the mat, the floor, your palms. Turn your toes to the right. Turn your toes to the left. Back to neutral. Turn your toes in. And turn your toes out. You can actually feel your hips move. Turn your toes in. And turn them out. And come back to neutral. And then slowly come back to table. Come back to your seats. To easy seated. Don't get comfortable because you're not staying there too long. Just rest your palms. Take a drink. Now we're going to come to the back vinyasa. So we're going to place our palms to the mat. We're going to extend our legs out. We're going to place our elbows and our forearms to the mat and slowly lower down. You never want to just slam down. Well, I do all the time, but. And then bend your knees up. Your feet are planted to the floor. We're going to come into a series of bridge. So lift your hips up off the mat or floor just a little bit. And then lower. And then lift them up a little higher. And then lower. And then lift them up as high as you can. And then tuck your right arm in and your left if you choose to. Bring your feet in close and clasp your hands underneath your body. And then if your hands are clasped, release them ever so slowly. Lower back down. Bring your knees to your chest. your palms to your knees, and gently rock back and forth. And no, people, we're not doing the bicycle, but we are doing the plow. So place your feet to the mat. So, everybody knows I had gone to Virginia to see my daughter and my great-granddaughter and my grandchildren, my son-in-law. So we decided to do yoga one night. And they're like, show me that pose where your head is, where your legs are over your head. I said, oh, that's plow. I said, you all should do it. There's a lot of plows down here with the chickens and everything else. So I know everybody likes this pose too. I told them, I said, my yoga class loves this pose. They love this, they love pigeon. I didn't see any pigeons in Virginia. Anyways, lift your legs up. I know, if people are watching this, they're gonna say, what kind of teacher is she? So your legs are pointed up. So let's point our toes and flex them, and then point and flex, and one more point and hold it. And then one more flex and hold it. And then come back to neutral feet. And I want you gently to rock up, if you can. If not, just stay where you are. And you can hold on to the back of your waist or your bottom. Your legs are extended up to the ceiling. This is shoulder stand. Now we're going to bend our knees close to our forehead. Yep. We're going to gently bring our legs over our head into plow. The mic is way over there. It's crawling up on me. And then slowly lower down. Extend your legs out. Palms up. Take a nice breath. Yep. Vinyasa. And do it again. So we're going to start with bridge. Plant your feet to the mat. Knees are bent up. Your feet close to your body, so I feel my heels with my fingers, and that's how I get close. But it's not for everybody. And then lift up, come to your bridge. And then tuck your right arm under and your left, and come up. And then release, and slowly lower down. And then bring your knees to your chest, your palms to your knees, and gently rock back and forth. And then extend your legs straight up, palms down, and then point your toes, and flex, and then point, and flex, and then point, and hold, and then flex, and hold. Breathing in and out the whole time. And then come back to the neutral feet, whatever you want to call them. And then gently rock up and hold on to your back, your lower back, back of your waist. Your legs are pointed straight up. And you're like, yeah, right. Wait till we see her. And then bend your knees, so now your knees are to your forehead. Yeah. Feet to the floor, legs are over your head. In case you couldn't hear me, legs are over your head. And then bend your knees. If you're in this pose, slowly lower down. Extend your legs and breathe. Just one more time. Just one more time. Bend your knees up, your feet are flat on the floor. Feel for your heels. Come up to bridge, lifting your hips high, and tuck your arms under, clasp your hands under your body. And then unclasp, release your shoulders, palms down, and slowly lower down. And then inhale both legs up, and point your feet, and flex, and then point, flex, point and hold, and flex and hold. Back to neutral. I have to hold on to my shirt. And rock up a little bit. So you're on your forearms. You're supported by your hands in the back of you. Into shoulder stand. As I always say, if you're in this pose, never, ever move your head in this pose. And then bend your knees. And all the pro yogis, legs over your head. Had to see my kids doing this, my grandchildren and my daughter. It was hysterical. And then bend your knees. And then slowly lower down. Extend your legs. Your palms are up. And take a breath. And one more back pose, it's not hard. We're going to bend our knees to our chest. We're going to hold our inside of the bottom of our feet and extend our legs out. This is called Happy Baby. And we're going to rock gently back and forth. And then come to center and place our knees, our feet down to the mat. Knees are still bent up. You do have to do a little core. No bicycle, Pauline, don't worry. And we're gonna lift our head and our chest and walk our hands up to our knees and then lower down and then slowly walk it up and slowly walk it down. And then one more time up and hold it. And then lower. Extend our arms out to a T, which is out to the side. Bend your knees to your chest. Bring both knees over to the right and gently turn your head to the left. Try to keep both shoulders on the mat. If you're lifting one shoulder, that means your knees are too far over. And then come to center. And then both knees over to the left, turn your head to the right. Just stretching out the body. And then come up. And then bring your palms to the mat and your feet, I keep saying your knees, your soles to the mat. And we're going to extend our legs. We're going to extend our arms near our ears. Inhale. And we're going to come to a seated forward bend. Yes, we are, from laying down. Come on, you can do it. Tuck your chin to your chest. And we're going to lift our head, the back, push up, and come into a forward bend. Chest to thighs, head to knees. And we're going to inhale our arms up near our ears and slowly lower them. Arms near your ears. All right, allow me make you do this twice. Inhale your arms up. Tuck your chin to your chest and roll up to a seated forward bend. Extend your arms up and slowly lower down. And then palms by your side. And just 2 more, and then we're done. Bring both legs up and out to the side so you get a nice stretch in your inner thighs. And you can support your legs with your hands, bending your elbows. And then bring them up, palms down. And just lower that right foot, but hover it over the mat. Flex that right foot. Hover. If you feel shaking in your left leg, that's normal. And then bring it up. And then lower the left leg and hover it. Well, I did get a little bit, not a bicycle, but a little core. And then bring it up. And then just circle both legs together. Nice circles. And then reverse. And then soles to the mat. And if you're in seated, rock up. If you're laying down, rock up to seated. just stretch our hands out a little bit. So we're going to bend our fingers down and then bring them up. And then on the left hand, bring them down and bring them up. And then on the right, bring them down and hold them. And bring them in and hold them. And on the left, bring them down, your fingers, and hold them. And bring them in and hold them. And then place your palms to the mat. So for our Shavasana, our resting pose, you can either sit in the chair, lie on the ceiling, lie on the mat, whatever comfortable for you. But we all know this is the best part of the day. I always say this is the most relaxed you'll be all day. What I want you to do is to soften everything. So soften the bottom of your feet and the top of your feet, which we worked on a lot today. Soften your legs, your inner thighs, your outer thighs, your calves, your shins. Relax and soften your hips and your pelvis. Relax the muscles in your belly, your ribs. Soften your shoulders, your arms, your fingers, wiggle your fingers and your toes. Relax your neck and soften the muscles in your face. And before I stop talking, I want everybody to think of something positive that's happened through all this stuff. All these months that we were in craziness. Just think of something positive. If you're sighted, close your eyes. So start to come back to your surroundings. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And if you're lying on the mat or the floor, gently turn to one side. Bend your knees up into baby pose. Rest your head on your forearm. And as you're ready, when you're ready, come to seated. And bring your palms together to your heart center. And inhale your head up. And exhale your head down. And I say to you, Namaste. The light in me may shine in you. Thank you, people. So I just I just would like to reiterate about the groups. So there's going to be 3 groups, group A, B, and C, 4 people in each group, some at 10:30 to 11:30, some from 1 to 2. The ones that are on the waiting list, I'll try to get you in ASAP. As soon as we get clearance from the governor, we will